Welcome to the latest episode of Football News. Today, we'll break down the hottest topics that have shaken the football world. Manchester City in the FA Cup quarterfinals. But why isn't Pep Guardiola celebrating? New injuries in the squad. Can the citizens handle the tough schedule? Trent Alexander-Arnold is heading to Real Madrid and Salah might leave Liverpool. The club risks losing two key players for free, but Arne Slot hopes the Egyptian will stay. Can the Reds keep their star? Barcelona is once again in the middle of transfer chaos. Vitor Roque moves to Palmeiras, PSG offers $100 million for Gavi. What's happening at the Catalan club? Lionel Messi's shocking revelation. Why were his years at PSG a nightmare? And is there a chance he could return to Barcelona? Benzema vs. Ronaldo scandal. The former Real Madrid teammates are no longer friends? What caused the fallout between the two legends? Joshua Kimmich on his way out of Bayern? No contract renewal, Arsenal is already in talks. Where will the German midfielder go next? We are talking about this and much more today. This is a hot selection of the most interesting football news. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click the bell, and like this video to get more news about our favorite game. Your support is very important to us. Let's get started. Manchester City reaches FA Cup quarterfinals, but Guardiola expresses concern. Pep Guardiola summed up the FA Cup round of 16 match, in which Manchester City secured a 3-1 victory over Plymouth. Despite the positive result, the Citizens' head coach expressed concern over another defensive setback. During the match, Nathan Ake suffered an injury, and according to Guardiola, his absence could be prolonged. Most likely he will be out for a long time. This is a serious blow because we now have only Ruben Dias left. I'm incredibly grateful to the club for signing Kusanov and Reis, otherwise we would have had no options left. Without them, even qualifying for the Champions League would be a challenge. Injury problems have plagued City throughout the season. However, despite these setbacks, Guardiola remains satisfied with how his team has performed in recent matches. Although City were clear favorites, Guardiola acknowledged that the match was not easy. We knew that Plymouth is a very well-organized team. Their victory over Liverpool in the previous round was no accident. They know how to defend and play tightly against top clubs. We tried to control possession, prevent them from taking the initiative, and create as many chances as possible. Overall, I'm pleased with how the guys played, especially the young players. We're getting closer to the final, but let's see who we face in the next round. Guardiola reminded everyone that City consistently reaches the latter stages of the tournament, and this season, the FA Cup holds even greater significance. How many times have we reached the quarterfinals? The semifinals? The final? I think 5 or 6 seasons in a row. This shows how seriously we take this tournament. Of course, this season hasn't been the best. In the Premier League, we're fighting just to secure a Champions League spot, and in the UCL, we didn't perform well. But we have a chance to win the FA Cup, reach the final, and play at Wembley. That means a lot to us. Despite struggles in the league and Europe, City continues its fight for silverware. In the quarterfinals, Guardiola's team will face a new opponent, whose name will be revealed soon. According to insiders, Trent Alexander-Arnold has reached a verbal agreement with Real Madrid and will leave Liverpool this summer as a free agent. His contract with Los Blancos will be for 4 years, and it seems like an ideal move for the English defender. The details of the agreement remain undisclosed, but the mere fact that Alexander-Arnold has rejected all of Liverpool's extension offers speaks volumes. The Reds seem to have accepted his departure, knowing they won't receive a single euro for him. From Trent's perspective, this scenario is the best possible outcome. He will leave for free, allowing Real Madrid to save on a transfer fee and possibly offer him a better contract with a significant signing bonus. However, for Liverpool, this is a massive loss. The Englishman is valued at around $75 million, and had the club known his intentions earlier, they could have sold him and secured a solid financial return. This situation is becoming increasingly common in modern football. Players wait until their contracts expire to secure better deals with new clubs, leaving their former teams empty-handed. While Liverpool is coming to terms with Alexander-Arnold's departure, the club is doing everything possible to keep Mohamed Salah. Head coach Arne Slot has made it clear that he wants the Egyptian to stay. If he continues playing at this level, his value will only increase. If he weren't this good, we might not even be considering a contract extension. I hope he stays with us, journalist Fabrizio Romano quoted Slot as saying. Selling Salah a year ago, when astronomical offers were on the table, would have been the ideal scenario. But now, with the possibility of losing him for free, Liverpool must present a deal that satisfies both parties. A progressive contract may be the most reasonable solution. A one-year agreement with an option for extension under certain conditions. This would maintain Salah's motivation while preventing the club from being stuck with an aging player on a long-term, high-salary contract. In summary, Alexander-Arnold is leaving and is already on his way to Real Madrid. Liverpool is trying to keep Salah, but it all depends on the terms. The club risks losing two key players without receiving any transfer fees. It's clear that Liverpool is heading into a challenging transfer window. It's official. Vitor Roque is leaving Barcelona and returning to Brazil, where Palmeiras will be his new home. The deal is worth $30.5 million, including $5 million in bonuses. For Palmeiras, this is the most expensive transfer in the club's history, highlighting the young striker's high value in Brazil. However, for Barcelona, this deal is, to put it mildly, questionable. Let's not forget that the Catalans originally paid $30 million for Roque, and with bonuses, the amount could have reached $45 million. In the end, it's another financial loss that has become all too common for the club's management. The bigger question is, why sign such a promising player and never give him a proper chance? He is only 20 years old with immense potential. Perhaps he didn't fit into Xavi's system, but even Hansi Flick seemingly didn't attempt to use the Brazilian forward. Meanwhile, Robert Lewandowski is already 37, and Barcelona will soon need a replacement for him. It would have made more sense to give Roque a chance rather than sending him back to Brazil. That said, the player himself appears to have agreed to the move. Perhaps he simply wanted to restart his career in a familiar environment. But if he truly aimed to conquer Europe, this decision seems strange. Since the Brazilian transfer window closed on March 1st, Barcelona simply had no other options to sell him elsewhere. There's a lingering sense that we don't know the full story about Roque's situation. Maybe new details will emerge over time. Barcelona has received an unexpected $100 million offer from PSG for Gavi. The Spanish midfielder's market value is currently $80 million, but over the past year, it has dropped by $10 million, likely due to a serious injury. Initially, Barcelona had no intention of selling him, but when such a massive offer arrived, even Joan Laporta started to reconsider. At first glance, it seems like Gavi is one of those players Barcelona must keep at all costs. But let's recall the story of Ansu Fati. At one point, Manchester United was willing to pay $120 million for him, but his career stalled, and now he is worth only $15 million. Could Gavi face a similar fate? There's certainly a risk, and it raises questions about whether selling him might actually be a wise decision. Moreover, Barcelona already has a potential replacement in Dani Olmo, who could fit into the squad even better. Perhaps the Catalans should try to negotiate and push PSG to raise their offer from $100 million to $110 million, making the deal even more profitable. In summary, Barcelona loses money on Roque and lets him go without a real chance. PSG offers $100 million for Gavi, forcing the club into a tough decision. The summer transfer window promises to be a dramatic one for Barcelona. Lionel Messi has openly admitted that his years at PSG were a true challenge for him. In a recent interview, the Argentine revealed that he felt unhappy every single day, both in training and during matches. Joining PSG was a decision I had to make very quickly because I had to leave Barcelona. Those 2 years were extremely difficult for me and I wasn't happy. But now, at Inter Miami, I enjoy every minute. Training, matches, time with my family and friends. I live in the moment and truly enjoy it, Messi stated. The question is, what exactly made Leo feel so miserable in Paris? Perhaps the expectations of the fans and media pressure were overwhelming, or maybe Messi simply couldn't adapt to his new environment. However, when choosing PSG, he certainly had other options. After all, he is Messi. So talking about a rushed decision seems odd. Additionally, Leo commented on the rumors of a possible return to Barcelona. Spanish media have been actively discussing the possibility of a 6-month loan to the Catalan club. However, Messi himself did not give a direct answer. I enjoy the present and don't think too far ahead. Despite the Argentine's cautious words, journalists remain persistent. El Nacional reports that Hansi Flick has already devised a plan for how to use Messi in the team if the comeback actually happens. Allegedly, he sees Leo in the number 10 role, which could significantly strengthen Barcelona's attacking potential. It's clear that if Barcelona goes ahead with Messi's return, the main benefit won't be on the pitch, but in financial terms. Shirt sales with Messi's name could bring the club millions, while sponsor interest would skyrocket. But it's not just Barcelona making headlines. Reports of a conflict between Karim Benzema and Cristiano Ronaldo are growing louder in the media. The tension stems from Benzema's recent statement, in which he named the greatest footballer of all time. And it wasn't Cristiano, but Brazilian legend Ronaldo. On the surface, it may seem like just an opinion, but apparently, the Portuguese star didn't take it well. In fact, Benzema even unfollowed Ronaldo on Instagram, further fueling speculation of a falling out. So it seems that the former Real Madrid teammates are no longer as close as they once were. Whether this was just a coincidence or a deliberate public statement remains to be seen. Joshua Kimmich's transfer saga is gaining momentum. According to sources, Bayern Munich has unexpectedly withdrawn its latest contract extension offer, further fueling rumors of the player's potential departure. The atmosphere at the club remains tense, and Kimmich appears to be taking a pause in negotiations while considering all options. One of the main contenders for his signature is Arsenal, which has already made contact with the German's representatives and held initial talks. So far, Joshua has neither agreed nor completely ruled out the move. It's possible that the player is following the same strategy as Alphonso Davies and Jamal Musiala, who delayed their contract extensions for a long time, creating suspense around their futures before eventually signing more lucrative deals. Kimmich might also be waiting for an improved offer from Bayern, despite the club already offering him $22 million per season. Amid these speculations, Thomas Müller is being held up as an example in Munich. Despite his age, he is willing to accept a pay cut and settle for a squad rotation role just to stay at his boyhood club. His contract expires this summer, but the German hopes to extend his stay at Bayern for at least another season, even as a backup player. Of course, Kimmich and Müller are at different stages of their careers, but Müller's case clearly shows that loyalty to the club can sometimes outweigh financial incentives. Will Kimmich stay at Bayern or embark on a new chapter in another top league? We will find out the answer soon. That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video, and be sure to watch our previous video. It just appeared before your eyes right now. See you. Good luck to everyone. Goodbye.